Entrepreneur Michael McCulla for trashing her apartment.
Order. All rise. Now, this is case number 185 on the calendar in the matter of Dancler versus McCulla. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated and have a seat, please.
Ms. Dancler, you, according to your complaint, met the defendant through a dating service.
Yes.
That was sometime in the beginning of May of this year?
Yes.
And while on a sort of date, I guess, at your house, also in May.
Yes.
You claim that he, after some sort of a disturbance, destroyed your apartment.
Exactly.
So first tell me, what was he doing at your apartment?
Well, first, the reason why he was at my apartment was we had spent the day on doing personal items for himself. The defendant explained to me that he was totally blind and that he was looking for a companion, basically, to help him do some of his banking, shopping. So
he wasn't interested in a date, he was interested in a caretaker.
Right, and that was one thing that he explained to me in the beginning, and I explained to him also in the beginning that I was going to be leaving Texas to return to California permanently, so I would try to assist you as much as I can.
Why would you do that? Was he going to pay you for this work?
No, I call myself being a good Samaritan, to try to help him out. I know, knuckleheaded me, you know.
Did you sign up for this dating service?
No, no, it's something that is offered free for women, but the men has to pay for the service. You leave a voicemail with a description on yourself, and they'll call and leave you a message.
Okay, and you had to pay for this service, sir?
Yes.
How much did you have to pay? I'm just curious.
This right here, this rate here was $17 for 7 days.
Okay. And you were not looking for a date, you were looking for somebody to sort of help you out with chores and things?
No, this what I was looking for, a companion, just a CNI companion, just to do this here for youth program that I had to testify, because how I lost my eyesight 4 years ago, it's a mystery because my car pulled up from my cousin's barbecue restaurant.
No. I just, don't go back so far, please. Just tell me, were you looking for a date or were you looking for somebody to help you out with your chores?
I was looking for a companion just to help me find a studio to do some gospel mystery,
just
music,
a second. So you will
ministry.
I got it. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so you got together and you did some chores for him that day. What day was that? May what?
That was May 19th.
Okay, so you're doing some chores with him.
And the chores were, I took him to the bank, and I assisted him to walk him up to the teller, help him withdraw some money. I went to the grocery store, and all the while I'm leading him around like he's a blind person. And since he was constantly telling me that he was, you know, never eating, I decided to fix dinner, and I fixed dinner for him.
So then you invited him back to your apartment.
Right. And during that course of the time, I was reading over the items that he wanted me to read as far as, you know, the mail that he had received. So in that process, I was beginning to see some things that maybe this person is not as blind as he said, because he actually told me what color shirt I had on. Now, I know the difference between being totally blind and being legally blind. My mother, before passing, was legally blind, so I know you can see figures, shapes, some shadows. But if you're totally blind, you're not going to be able to see anything.
Okay. So you're reading over his mail and he told you what color shirt you were wearing, and then what happened?
Then when he told me what color shirt I had on, I began to question him actually on how well can he see. And I asked him, I says, well, has the state declared you being legally blind, or did the state declare you being totally blind? Because I know there is a difference. Because if you're legally blind...
Okay. So you, not because. So you asked him that question.
Right.
And what did he say?
He said that he was declared totally blind.
Okay. So, next.
So, after doing dinner, he had a couple of beers, he kind of fell asleep on the couch. And at that time, I told myself, well, you know, it's about time for me to get ready to take you home. So I tapped him on the shoulder because he was ignoring me. So when I tapped him on the shoulder, he pulled me down and he began to touch me inappropriately. And during that time, you know, when he was doing so, I got angry. I walked out of my apartment. I was standing on the patio. I'm like, man, here it goes again. And when I went back in, he was in my room. So when I went in my room, I wanted to do the same thing that he did to me. So I pulled out one of my little play toys and tried to up him like he tried to things up me. So in that process, that's when the fight began. Well, he...
First of all, hold up. She got these 2 weekends combined together.
You'll have your turn. Just wait one moment, sir. Go ahead.
Well, in that process, as I walked out of the room, I had slapped him upside the head. You know, and I told him, I want you out of here. I said, even though that I picked you up, I'm going to call you a cab so you can go home, because I don't think you're as blind as you're saying that you are. And he's like, well, go ahead on, you know, call a cab. So I called the cab, and in the process of waiting for the cab, he's saying, well, you know, I ain't no punk. And he tried to pick up my couch and tried to lift it and flip it. So what I did, I pushed it down to keep him from flipping it. So then he walks over, and this is all without his blind man's cane. Now, he had only been in my apartment twice. Now, for a person that is totally blind, why wasn't he bumping into things? So in the process, he walks over to the TV and flips over the TV. So in the process of when he flips over the TV, I got on the phone with 911 because I wanted him out of here.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Yes, could you call the police over here right now? Yes, sir. 911 right now. Could you come over here real quick? Yes, give me the phone. Give me the phone. Please. Yeah. Hurry up, please.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Lillian Dancler says former friend Michael McCulla trashed her apartment in a fit of rage. Michael says he's blind and he accidentally knocked a few things over.
What happened next?
You know, and when I called 911, all in the process, I'm watching him walk over to the picture that I had on the wall, and I have pictures of my apartment, of how my apartment was before it was destroyed and after it was destroyed.
Let me see them, please.
He trashed it, totally trashed it.
Now, what happened when the police arrived?
When the police arrived, he was standing out on the balcony, hollering and screaming to the neighbors downtown about, yeah, I'm going to tell the police that you were one of the persons that, you know, shot me in my head, you know. And all the while, he was just ranting and raving. And when the police arrived...
Did the police take him into custody?
Yes, he was
arrested. You have a police report?
I sure do.
Can I see it, please?
And to me, as I was watching him destroy it, and there's no way in the world a blind man gonna see speakers that I had on a vaulted ceiling. I watched him jump and pull them down. He pulled down the patio blinds. As he went from the patio blinds, he went to my baker's rack, and I had speakers over my baker's rack. He hopped to pull it down, and when he pulled a picture off a wall, he stepped on it. He flipped my coffee table, and as he trashed the living room, he went right on over to the dining room. When he went to the dining room, he flipped over the glass top that was on the table, and on that table I had a box of crystal items that I was getting ready to pack on that table. So the crystal items that were in that box was totally shattered, and I watched this individual take a chair, Your Honor, and throw it at my mirror. The mirror that was sitting behind the the dining table. Now, if you're totally blind, how are you going to know that there is a mirror that's up on the wall behind the dining table?
What happens to the case in court?
Well, right now it's been dismissed.
Why is that?
Well, from what I understand, when I was there, I was not notified and I didn't show.
What happened to your arrest, sir?
First of all, when the police came and got me, they seen me standing out there and told me to raise my hand up, make sure I didn't have no weapons on me. So they came up there and then came and asked me for an ID. I reached in my pocket and gave my ID. And the first thing they said, we need to identify you. And the reason I got arrested, they came to me and said, where is these warrants that's out for your arrest? These warrants should have been dropped 2 years ago. And I went to jail and stayed there 5 days and went to the court for arraignment. They came to me and said, well, this is a criminal mischief. You'll be from $2,000 up to $22,000 bond. They gave me $2,000 bond. Then the arraignment judge pushed that to the side and then had to pay a dime on that bond to get out of jail.
What happened to this case, this criminal mischief case?
I went to court and sitting there, and like I said, she didn't even show up. And they just came and told me, Mr. McCulla, and said a few things. The only thing I know, he said it was dismissed, and I just stood up and just thanked my Father God for his goodness, for I had to go through all this long stuff.
When was it dismissed, sir?
August 18th, last month.
Now, Miss Dancler has told me her version of the events. Clearly, you destroyed her apartment. I mean, I have photographs, sir. You don't deny that you destroyed her apartment. Is that right?
Now, hold up. Let me get this organized here. First of all...
No, before you answer my question. You don't deny that you destroyed her apartment. Is that right? You're going to give me the reason.
No, I did not destroy that apartment.
All right, so tell me what you didn't do.
What's he talking about? Throwing chairs. How can if I'm blind and I can't see and stuff, throw a chair up against a mirror?
And that is...
And the first, let me start how all this started while I left out that room. Because first of all, she came and got me out that car for sitting there listening to the video, walked me in the room, and first thing she said was, Michael, you want to get some of these crystal pills, talking about using some drugs, and had the ecstasy pills laying on the table, and she trying to get me to use, so I denied that. Then I heard
so she tried to get you, she asked you if you want,
ecstasy,
Mr. McCulla, she asked you if you wanted to use drugs, you said no.
Yes.
Next, what happened next?
Next, I heard a no. I said, what's that? She said, this is Leroy. I said, who is Leroy? Talking about a vibrator. And then it vibrated, then I'm like, oh my goodness. And she touched me on my leg with it, on my pants leg. And I'm like, wondering, what's up with this?
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
She can't touch this, touch this. I said, what? She said, feel it, feel it. I felt something right in front of my chest. I stuck my hand down and she had a top full of marijuana. She trying to get to deceive me and tempt me to smoke this weed.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Lillian Dancler says Michael McCulla lied to her about being blind and then made sexual advances. She says when she turned him down, he trashed her apartment.
What happened next?
Then I felt her hand around my back. And then I just denied that, told her just get on and leave me alone. So then, right after that, Your Honor, she said, Michael, do you want to go on the balcony and smoke a joint? And then I said, I just let her out, and then she just left. And then, Your Honor, she can't touch this, touch this. I said, what? She said, feel it, feel it. I felt something right in front of my chest. I stuck my hand down, and she had a top full of marijuana, and my index finger went 2/3 off in this weed, and I stood up. And she trying to get to deceive me and tempt me to smoke this weed. And then she come handing me my wallet, telling me I'm finna call her taxi. And how did she get my wallet? So evidently she got my wallet out my pants by that vibrator, to get on my pants leg and sticking her hand in my pocket. And then, and she told me, Michael, I'm gonna call 911. I said, call him. And I said, give me that phone. And that's when I stepped, my left leg hit that table. My left leg hit that table. I extended my arm and it hit that picture shifted. My arm went down, I felt the wire. And then when I went down, I heard the speakers, they was on, but when I hit that wire, they shut down. And then I know where I was at, and I moved to the right, and I balanced myself on the couch, and that's when I reached down and grabbed my cane and extended it. Because when I came to her house, that's when I first walked the door, that's where that couch was. So I went around there to the edge, positioned myself, and walked straight out that door. And within 5 minutes, how can I lift up couches, throw chairs and mirrors? And I was out there in 5 minutes because she was trying to get me to use drugs and to get these drug dealers to come out there and tempt me. Well, like I said, I lost my eyesight. Somebody shot me point blank in the head, and the doctors told the police and my family it was close range. The oxygen in my brain is gone. The bullet is still in my brain now. It hit my optic nerve, and they said in 4 to 6 hours, and I'll be dead. And they turned that life support machine off. And I was sitting there. The suspect never been found. The police kept my car for 2 weeks and found no evidence I got shot in that car. That's what's going to have me go back and search to that street life who shot me.
Okay, Mr. McCulla.
God got everything under control.
Okay. You have a tape there that you want me to hear?
I have the 911 tape where you can hear him exactly trashing it.
Okay, let me hear it.
Yes, could you call the police over here right now? Because this guy's over here. He acts like he's lying. He's over here tearing up my stuff out of the house. Okay, could you come over here real quick? Right now. He's tearing up everything out of my apartment. Let me give me the phone. Give me the phone. Please. Please hurry up and get him out of here. Hurry up, please. He's tearing up everything in here.
And you can hear him tear.
He's tearing up everything. He's black. He's about 6'3". Please hurry up.
Okay.
He just trashed up everything. He's tearing up everything in my bedroom. He's tearing up everything.
Why is he mad at you, man?
Because I wouldn't have sex with him. He done tore up everything in my apartment. And I want him arrested.
I think that speaks for itself, Your Honor.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Anything else you want to say, Mr. McCulla?
Yes, on that tape, what was I saying? Give me that phone, because I made the decision to call 911 to get the police to come take me home. And if there was that much damage done at the apartment, why the police didn't tell me when they didn't read me no rights or nothing when they arrested me? They said the reason they were taking me downtown was causing them Fort Worth traffic tickets. And I would have told the police to find that marijuana prints, and I would have told them where my fingerprint was at.
Mr. McCulla, pay careful attention to me. They weren't taking you downtown because of outstanding warrants. The reason that you were arrested that evening, sir, is because you had, in fact, trashed her apartment. All these other warrants didn't become known to the police until after you got to the police station. Do you understand me?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
I got, It was right there at that place. They said the 5 traffic tickets right there on the spot. As soon as they got my ID, it wasn't there at the arraignment as a judge. It was before I even went to jail. They told me what I was going down for.
Well, were they your warrants on the ticket, sir?
Yes, back in March 95 and 96.
They were. So how come you didn't pay those tickets?
Because 6 months later, after June 96, that's when somebody shot me in the head. And
well, but you still owe on the tickets, sir.
I know.
So what'd you wait 6 months for to pay the tickets? You knew there were warrants outstanding for you, if I believe you.
I didn't know they were warrants then, because I didn't know warrants until it was in the hospital. The police told my family they went to warrant. They didn't say.
All right, Mr. Dancler, there is no question in my mind that Mr. McCulla, despite the fact that some strange things went on in your apartment, that Mr. McCulla damaged your apartment to the extent that I've seen in the photographs. There is also no question in my mind, madam, that the original invoice that you gave to the police, which is clearly detailed, does not rise to the $5,000 that you're suing Mr. McCulla. I'm speaking that you are suing Mr. McCulla for. You gave the police a complete detail, including miscellaneous items that you have in the last section, you know, miscellaneous small things, and that comes to $2,454. I am entering a judgment in your behalf in that amount. Thank you.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
The whole time that he was trashing it, you can hear it in my voice on the 911 tape of how he was just, you know, just going from room to room.
4-year-old Eleanor Connley for half the cost of a dachshund and for a false restraining order.
All rise. Now it's case number 525 on the calendar, the matter of Ruiz versus Connley. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated.
Mr. Ruiz.
Yes.
It's over. You understand that?
Yes.
Good. You have a son together with the defendant?
That's correct.
Do you visit with your son?
She hasn't let me see him since she got the temporary restraining order.
Did you file a petition for visitation with your child?
Not yet. I'm in the process of doing that.
That's what you have to do, okay? You can't come and fetch that you don't have visitation unless you filed a petition for visitation. Do you understand?
Yes, I do.
All right, so let's deal with this case, and I'm going to make 1, 2, 3 of it because I've read it. 2 things. You were living together, you had a child together, you bought a dog together. And according to you, the dog was $600?
No, it was $500.
$500. And each of you was supposed to pay half. You put in $150. So you didn't finish paying for your half. Then you separated. So you want the money you put into the dog.
We had an agreement when we bought the dog.
I read the agreement that in case you separated, you would get the dog.
Yeah, and she would lose her half.
Well, that may be, Mr. Ruiz. Let me explain something to you. You also agreed to pay for half the dog, which you didn't do. Right?
Yeah.
So there's no agreement. I mean, I read to you, you said if you separate, you're going to get the dog. Well, but your first thing you were supposed to do was pay for half, which you didn't. Got it?
Yeah.
So where's the dog now?
She took the dog.
Perfect. How old is your son?
He is 15 months.
Does he play with the dog?
Yeah, he played with all the dogs.
Did he play with the dog?
Yeah.
Get over it. Do you understand, Mr. Ruiz?
Yeah, there's a lot more to it.
There may be a lot more to it that you see a therapist. This is a court.
She needs to see one.
This is a court, Mr. Ruiz.
Yeah.
The next thing you're suing her for is you say that you filed allegations that were false, and got a restraining order against you. But I read very carefully your complaint, and it seems as if that case was heard before a judge who granted her a final order of protection, right?
Yeah.
So that matter has been determined already.
They didn't allow it.
Mr. Ruiz, Mr. Ruiz, a court is a court is a court. There are different standards of proof in every court, but in a civil proceeding, the quantum of proof in a civil proceeding is either this much evidence or this much evidence that something happened. In a criminal proceeding, it's this much evidence. You already had a hearing in a civil court with regard to your protective order, and the judge already made a determination by the same quality of evidence that I have to rule on that you were guilty of whatever acts she alleged and granted her a restraining order. So you cannot sue her for filing false charges against you, because that would mean that you get to try the case twice. We don't give people twice in this country in a civil case. Do you understand?
Yeah, I
am trying
understand.
to explain the whole thing to you.
I got it.
Why I'm dismissing your case, because you have no case. Now, the only thing that you have is you have, to me, a legitimate desire to see your child, and you should do that, and you should do that as expeditiously as possible. And that I'm going to discuss with Ms. Connley, who has a counterclaim.
Yes, I do.
She has a counterclaim that you have certain property that belong to her. Return the value of a crib, Christmas decorations, and family photos. Plus, she says you hung the dog out the window and threatened to, and that's dog abuse. Did you raise that issue before the other judge?
No, I didn't. No, I did tell him that. I did mention that in court.
Well, fine, good, perfect. Then I don't want to hear about it.
Okay.
You've already discussed that with another judge. I don't hear cases twice. That's it. That part of it is over. Do you get it?
Yes, I do.
Perfect. Now, this crib that you want back, who bought it?
He purchased it, and I purchased the matching changing table. I was able to take the changing table out of there, but he refused to give me the crib because
He doesn't have to.
Okay.
He purchased it. And hopefully he'll have visitation. He'll be able to use it.
Okay.
So he doesn't have to give you back the crib.
Okay.
Christmas decorations, who purchased them?
I did, Your Honor.
Good. When?
I purchased them over the last few years. I recently, because we've had my son, I went out and bought all new plastic bulbs because we had a majority of glass bulbs. And also my son's first Christmas stocking, his first Christmas bulb from when he was first born. He was born in October.
And who bought that?
A friend actually gave it to me for a Christmas present for my son. It's his first
Gave it
ornament.
to whom?
Gave it to me and bought it for my son as his first bulb.
You know anything about what she's talking about?
When she was supposed to come get her property, when you get a restraining order, you have a certain amount of time to get your property. She kept stringing me along. She had the 10-day restraining order. She wanted to see me. She kept groveling back.
Just a second. Do you have this property in your house?
I don't take the stuff off the tree. She took the stuff off the tree. When she
Do you
came
know
to get
where it
her
is?
stuff, it should be downstairs. I called the police to get her things out.
Mr. Ruiz,
I
this
told
is
her to
all I
take
want
them.
you-
She didn't
This
take
is all
them.
I want you to do, sir. The crib you keep, you
Yeah.
purchased it. I want you to go downstairs and see if you find these Christmas decorations that she wants. Put them in a box, and I want you to be smart. Listen to me. I'm older than you are. I've had more experience with this stuff. Take all the Christmas decorations, put them in a nice box. Family photos, those belong to the two of you, not just you.
Absolutely.
So if you can divide them so that she gets some pictures of the baby when he was little and you get some pictures of the baby when he was little, if you can do that, fine. Any pictures of her family, give her. You're going to have to be together in some way for the next this growing up. Don't do anything with regard to this property that is going to make her any more bitter than she is, or you any more bitter than you are. So let's start with this little bundle of property. So I'm going to prepare an order that you will examine your basement and return to her, if it's there, the Christmas decorations and her family photos. Her family photos. What?
I'm sorry. He actually has a majority of the photos on his computer already, burnt into the computer, and that's from when my son was first born, just fresh coming out of me on the table, my baby shower, that he has all those downloaded in his computer, as well as photos in his cameras.
Okay, do this, Mr. Ruiz. Is that true?
She's printed out over half of them already. I don't know what
No, I
she's
have
talking
not.
about.
Just a second. Do this. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to give you a start at rebuilding some sort of civility between the two of you so that when you get your visitation with your son, which you should have,
Oh, I will get him.
you'll be able to go over and pick him up, make an exchange that's pleasant, maybe even go to a joint birthday party that you make for him. Do you understand what I mean? That's a nice thing to do. So if it means, I want you to watch how clever I am. Burning a CD for her.
Thank you. That's what
Am I hypotech or what?
Yes, you are.
Getting the lingo. I have absolutely no idea what it means.
I love it, though.
Burn a CD for her of all those pictures and put it in the box with the Christmas decorations. Be smart. It's an olive branch.
Yeah, I never said I wouldn't do that.
Fine. Great.
I
That's
never
what's
said I
going to
wouldn't.
happen.
When the police was
Easy
there, I
enough.
said,
Easy
you know,
enough.
it takes time.
Easy enough. 5 days to do it. Now, Ms. Connolly,
Yes.
you picked him.
Yes, I did.
You picked him, and you made a baby with him.
Yes, I did.
And your baby has a right to know his father.
Absolutely. I am not disputing that, Your Honor.
When would you like him to see him?
I told him I will not dispute visitation, period. But the problem is, Your Honor, is the reason I will not dispute visitation as far as joint and full custody because he wanted to take my son to Florida. And this happened in July when I left him originally also because he kept threatening me because I am a young parent.
Okay. So you won't
Tell him what
dispute
led up to
visitation.
everything.
Shh. You won't dispute visitation, but there's a but.
Yes.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
You don't want to be a stupid single parent, do you?
No, I do not.
Perfect.
She is.
What did you say?
She is.
And you're a genius.
I'm not a genius.
And later today,
His reason wasn't really legitimate.
What difference does it make what his reason was?
It makes a huge difference because it was only 3 weeks left.
You mean you would have preferred that he married you and then left you?
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Roberto Ruiz says the mother of his child, Eleanor Connley, owes for half the cost of a dachshund and for lying to obtain a restraining order. Eleanor is countersuing for the return of her belongings.
What's the but?
The but is I just want to make sure that, A, my son is safe. He mentioned to me that when my son gets older, he's going to tell him what his mother's all about. And
Just a second. He wishes he would eat those words and they never came out of his mouth because he's not going to be stupid, right? Mm-hmm. Stupid means you made a child with her and you're not supposed to say anything bad about her to your son. That only makes him feel bad. And she's not supposed to say anything bad about you.
Yeah.
Because that doesn't make him feel good. The child feel good.
Absolutely.
That only makes you feel good. Got to start with the olive branch.
It's kind of hard to do when she put down, I killed 10 people to get a restraining order.
That's what he stated to me.
Mr. Ruiz.
That's a little far-fetched.
Mr. Ruiz, you're not getting it, sir. When was the last time you saw your son?
When she had the 10-day restraining
When?
order. About 3 weeks ago.
3 weeks ago.
When she knew that I wasn't going to take her back.
Absolutely
3 weeks,
not.
I'm sorry. Stop.
I'm sorry.
3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Well, I would have been at the courthouse 2 weeks ago seeking visitation.
I couldn't do that. We all had a family vacation plan. Her, my son, that's named after my father, my foster father. We were all going to Florida. That was already planned. This happened a few days before that happened. Had to change all the flight plans.
So
I couldn't go down there. I had to work.
Okay. All right. Well, see if you can work it out.
Excuse me, Your Honor?
What?
I got the restraining order on February 5th. He should have went that day to probate court and requested
Miss
visitation.
Connolly, do I look like... Listen.
I'm sorry.
She's been coming over my house. I was seeing my
No,
son.
I have not.
Miss Connolly?
Yes.
I believe you have.
I did.
Just
'cause he-
listen to me. I believe you have. That's what happens.
Two
He doesn't
occasions.
say...
I'm sorry. Okay.
He doesn't say that unless that's true. And it's not an unusual occurrence. You can't give him a yin and a yang, you know. You understand, which is what you were doing.
Yes, you
He
were.
has to see his child. He was involved with his child. He loves his child just like you love his child. So I suggest very strongly that you make arrangements for him to see him. He's hurting because he's not seeing him. And
right.
that's what you have to do. And the longer you wait, the angrier it's going to be. And that is stupid. And you don't want to be a stupid single parent, do you?
No, I do not.
Perfect.
She is.
Okay. What did you say?
She is.
And you're a genius.
I'm not a genius.
And you're a genius.
I'm not a
The
genius.
case is dismissed. Make sure you get the property back to her. I'll prepare an order. You don't get it, Mr. Ruiz.
Oh, I get it.
No, you don't get me.
I got you.
You don't get it. That's all. Out.
Parties are excused. Ma'am, wait there.
I found out she was being unfaithful,
He had threatened me about a good number of 6 times.
and I kicked her to the curb like most people would.
He's a very violent person. Anybody that knows him knows that.
I'm going to fight for full custody because he's in an environment that's not safe.
I just hope that he and I can be civil for the case of my son. I love him to death.
The child's the one that's suffering. She used him as a leverage toy.
And one thing that Roberto's giving me is my baby, and it's the best gift in life.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Wright versus Cox. Step forward.
Philip Wright is suing his ex-fiancée, Lillian Cox, for the value of an engagement ring. Lillian is countersuing for half the cost of a wedding that never happened.
Bird, you want to give me those lovely rings that are on the defendant's table over there?
Certainly.
Mr. Wright, you and the defendant were in love once, became engaged. Romance is over. Wedding was called off. You want your rings back.
No, ma'am.
You don't want these back.
I'd prefer the cash settlement.
Oh, that's too bad.
Okay.
So I assume you want these back.
Yes, in that case.
And Miss Cox says that you owe her a fortune because you canceled the wedding. She had spent an awful lot of money, so she wants you to share the expenses that she was forced to pay as a result of you canceling the wedding. Right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. This was your engagement ring?
Yes, ma'am.
And 2 bands that went around it?
Yes, ma'am.
Did he pay for it?
Yes.
An engagement ring is given in contemplation of marriage, which means it's a conditional gift. And the condition of that gift is that you get married. If the wedding is called off, irrespective of who calls it off, if he paid for them, he gets the rings back.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So much for you. When was the wedding scheduled?
For May 19th.
2007.
Yes, ma'am.
And what was the arrangement that the two of you made with regard to how the wedding was going to be paid for?
We were taking care of much as we could ourselves.
Explain that to me.
The majority of the deposits that were done, I paid for out of cash.
You paid for?
Yes, ma'am.
Was that your agreement?
The agreement was...
Look at me.
She wanted to have, the type of wedding that she wanted. I agreed to it. So I got 2 credit cards, one with her name, one with my name. I gave her a credit card to basically be in charge of making all the arrangements, and, she kept all the receipts for everything.
So how much money, Mr. Wright, did you spend, you personally, on the wedding prior to the engagement being called off?
Approximately $8,000 was charged onto the credit card.
What?
It's about $8,000 because he paid for the rings. The only thing that his credit card paid for was the finish of the reception.
Just a second. I'm not talking about the rings, sir. The rings you have back. Deduct the rings.
With the rings deducted, it still comes out to about that. Everything was charged onto the cards.
Well, how could it be? You mean you paid nothing for the rings?
No, I'm sorry. I paid for the diamond on a separate credit card, but that still comes out to $5,000.
The diamond was bought for a previous engagement. That didn't have anything to do, so
No. What I'm trying to figure out is, what is the total exposure that you both have for these expenses? I'm going to cut them in half because that's what I do.
Okay.
You want me to charge him for everything because he canceled the wedding, but that's not the way it works. Now, how much money did he pay for the wedding expenses on his card?
$2,000.
Is that right?
No, that's incorrect.
Show me.
I don't have the statements. She kept all the receipts, Your Honor.
But you have the statements.
I don't have a written statement.
Statements from the credit card company.
I tried to get the statement for things that were bought back then. They sent me something. It wasn't what I requested. The only thing that I have now to show you the balance is I can show it to you on my phone. That's the only thing that I can do right now.
Are you kidding me or what? How much did you pay?
Well, I'm just requesting the deposits that I made on things with cash, the dress that was bought.
You have a wedding dress?
Yes, ma'am.
You have it?
Yes, ma'am.
Just like he has the rings?
Yes, ma'am.
The wedding dress is yours. You have it. Forget the wedding dress. What else? Sell it.
I have the dresses that I bought for his daughters. He has 3, the one for my daughter, my cousin, my sister. I also have the knives, the flutes.
Do you have it?
Yes, ma'am. But it was for both of us.
I understand it's for both of you. You don't want to split it up and give him half and you half, do you?
But I would like for him to pay.
He's not.
Okay.
You see the rings that he has?
Yes, ma'am.
He's never going to be able to get what he paid for the rings, which is why he wanted the cash. Never going to be able to get the cash equivalent, but that's what happens.
Okay.
You may not get the cash equivalent for your wedding dress or the flutes or the knives,
okay,
unless you want to keep them, but you can sell them.
Okay.
Everybody has a little bit of a loss. Do you understand, Miss Cox?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Just my own curiosity. How much before this wedding on May 19th was the wedding canceled?
3 weeks before.
By whom?
Mr. Wright.
What happened?
There was a huge blow-up, on Miss Cox's part, and she said some things that let me know that it wouldn't work, And after going through premarital counseling, I figure it's better to call off a marriage than get married and get a divorce right away.
Okay. Go ahead.
So... Also, I'm asking for $2,000 emotional distress because even though he called it off, he did come back to try to make it work.
What kind of emotional distress? I mean, where do people come up with these ideas? Of course you have distressed emotionally when a wedding is called off.
Okay. We never argue in regards to things that usually go in a relationship. We argue because he wanted me to stand up to his children's mother. He never said anything to her in regards to the things that she were doing to separate us. He always wanted me to say something. But that's the reason why I was called off, and I don't, okay.
You were distressed emotionally?
Yes, ma'am.
Move on. Got it? That's what you do. Weddings get called off all the time. Sometimes not 3 weeks before. But it's better that it was called off 3 weeks before than 3 weeks after.
But his
gets a lot more complicated.
His reason wasn't really legitimate, Judge Judy.
I don't care what his reason was.
Okay.
What difference does it make what his reason was?
It makes a huge difference because it was only 3 weeks left.
You mean you would have preferred that he married you and then left you?
He wouldn't have left because he came back. He came back. If he was going to leave, he would have never came back.
The mother of his children wasn't going away. He has 3 children with her.
Absolutely.
She was not going away.
Okay.
Forever.
But the things that he did when he came back,
find somebody without
did
baggage. Do you have baggage?
I have a daughter.
Then you got baggage.
But it wasn't
He's
a
got
problem.
3 times baggage. If you want somebody without baggage, pick somebody who's lived in a monastery. You got it? Meanwhile, say, it's over. You're a beautiful young lady.
Thank you.
You look like a smart young lady.
I am, thank you.
Right? He's got divided loyalties. Find somebody that's a little more simplistic.
Okay.
All right?